And here we go, we've got our first boat of the day coming in. And they look pretty solid on approach. Cap's taking it easy. We've got somebody on the stern, ready to roll. But the wind and current's been catching people today, going from right to left across the screen, and the same thing's happening here. They're going to be pushed into the pole. I can see it coming already. They're going to have to try and get around that. Cap's going to either have to get on the power, or they're going to have to come across and push. Even the boat next to him, that polar, they're both looking because they see it coming. Cap leaves the helm instead of going for the power at the helm. Wifey's trying to push off as well. There's the pole that wraps around this piling, making it even worse. It is a gel coat killer down there. She steps off and really doesn't give him the kickoff I thought she was going to either, as they're still kind of bouncing around the dock. But welcome back, crew, to the greatest show on earth, and that is the Miami Boat Ramps channel. I'm your host, Broncos Guru, and today we are down here visiting Boynton Beach. So they finally get it brought along the dock. Cap's still kind of half standing at the helm. And no real fenders out. I can't... Did she leave with a line? I'm kind of blocked here by the shot that I can see. And I can't tell if she's just holding the boat or she actually has a line. And Cap's going to walk forward, it looks like, and try and get it set up. Our guy has been here for about 45 minutes, and he's decided to take a nap. I have a feeling that cooler that's in the front of that kayak is quite possibly empty. Just a guess. So our crew who's hitting the piling, they're removing the drain plug as they pulled up, and we've got another boat moving in right below them. And they look pretty prepped. We've got 2 fenders out. It looks like 3 people on the same side, a boat hook in hand, some lines out on the ready. This one should go good. Our guy's been struggling with the drain plug up here, though, and unable to get it out very easily. Cap's got those motors turned the wrong way, and now it starts to show. We're going to have to switch over to the other boat. They're going to bounce off the dock. That bow's going to come out. What in the world is happening here? As he's in reverse now, too. Oh, my gosh. So Cap left the helm, grabbed the line. The boat appears to still be in gear. They're going to smack. Oh! They hit hard. Even with the fenders, the lines, boat hooks, everything on the ready, that one did not go as planned. So they're trying to get another line. She misses on the toss. Tosses again. This time it's caught up on the other line, so he's able to pick it up off of there and to try and bring the stern over. But let me know in the comments on this one. Were they still in gear? I'm not 100% sure. But it felt like it, as hot as they were coming in, it felt like it. I'll leave a QR code up here on the screen for those of you who are watching on your TVs where you can just grab your phone, scan the QR code, it'll bring you to the channel, so you can actually comment right from your couch without having to go anywhere. But, man, that's a weird one right there. It just came in so hot that I have to imagine that vessel was still in gear. And they smacked hard because the bow wound up hitting the concrete piling. So our crew that smacked the piling, they finally got it on the trailer. They've been struggling for a few minutes, though. They've been here for a little bit. They pulled it in and out a couple times, not like the way it was sitting, and they backed it back down again. And we got another boat coming in over here on the port side of them. So this Cap looks pretty good. Got the line up, but we already know current's rolling right to left, so it's going to start pushing them away. I don't see any fenders or lines out. Oh, she's the line. We're not going to use lines. This is one of those things I don't recommend. This is how somebody winds up in the drink. Cap has to come over and give her a hand to try and get this one pulled over, and there we go. But again, no lines, no fenders. A line would have really helped out there. She could have just wrapped it around, pulled them in, tied it off, and they'd have been done. So as we mentioned, our crew that smacked the dock earlier is still struggling. So they pulled out again. I think this is the 4th time they pulled out now, and they're backing in again. It doesn't look too off on the trailer, but here's the real surprise. Our young lady sitting here on the boat is the boat line. They're not using any line. She's just sitting there holding it. She's been sitting here for quite a while now as well, as her guy left to go, I'm assuming, get the truck, but still hasn't come back. Just seems like it would have been a lot easier, instead of sitting on the hot dock, to have a line to tie this one off. Now we can see our crew on the right that smacked the dock earlier. Our guy's gotten back out of the truck and moving back to the bow. I guess he's going to try and winch this one up a little more. I feel like he's got it too deep in the water. I mean, maybe that's intentional because he's trying to get it further up on the trailer and it won't come up on him. But you can see the way the back's floating back and forth. The back's not engaged on the bunks right now, which makes it a little harder to get it centered. But again, they at least 4 times have pulled it out and backed it back in. And at least from eyeball, unless I'm missing something, it doesn't look bad. Like, I mean, he's about to pull out one more time. Let's take another look at it. But even the lady that's sitting on her boat to the left just keeps staring at him like, she's like, what are you doing? It really looks the same to me about as it's looked all the other times they pulled out. But this time he'll keep on going and they will finally get out of here. So our crew appears to be more ready than most when they come down here. We've got somebody on the stern, somebody in the bow, 3 fenders on the ready, and another crew member that looks like they're getting stuff ready to go. So should be good, right? But same approach. That current's grabbed them. Oh, they got to watch out. You can even hear them on the boat saying, oh man, they're heading toward the piling. Cap's got to give her a little power. Instead, he chooses to leave the helm. And she's got a soft hook in her hand. That's not going to help on the push-off much. And our guy jumped off the bow with no lines. I can't tell. It almost looks like he has a line in his hand, so he jumped off with a line maybe that wasn't attached to the boat. But here we go. They'll try and get it pulled around. And Cap's back off the helm again. I mean, they're on the side of the dock now. You got 3 fenders out, guys. There's not a whole lot you need to do here other than get some lines ready. And the bow's starting to kick off, but the guy, yeah, he had the line in his hand that was supposed to go to the bow. He just left without it attached. So here we go. We got our next crew coming in on approach. They got the engine trimmed up pretty high on this one, which typically means they're going to lose some grip on that prop and might have a little harder time getting this thing brought around or getting it stopped. So Cap at least has the right line. One of the first people of the day to not wind up in the piling as he came in from a port side approach. But now he's backing in. The bow's kicking out on him. Has to be careful coming back that hard. The engine was trimmed up so far that I was concerned when the stern started coming in that the engine was going to be the part that comes into the dock. But they're good. They're able to get it brought around and get that one tied up. But overall, actually not a bad performance there. We've seen everybody else hit that piling attempting that dock over there. So our next crew's coming in and they're trying a starboard side dock. But they're going to be battling the current to get the boat over there, but it shouldn't be too bad. This boat's got a bow thruster. I'm familiar with this model. And Cap, so you're going to have to give it a bump of forward here to try and get it to come along. But he's kind of holding off, and the current's kind of just pushing him away from the dock. So he goes back into reverse to try and get the stern back over. But he's kind of at a standstill. This is one of those situations where I always tell everybody, when you're approaching the dock, one of the easiest things you can do is just pause for a minute before you get there, put it in neutral, see what the boat itself wants to do. It's going to tell you where you want to go, especially on a spot like this where most of the docks are open right now. So the reality is what they should be at is probably one dock over with a port side dock, and just letting the current push them in. But what's really confusing on this one to me, and I'm not trying to knock anybody, like, they've got a bow thruster. This should be pretty easy. Because even without a bow thruster here, all I would do, get that bow pointing toward the dock, give it a bump of forward, back into neutral, bump of forward, back into neutral. Just the last second, just give that stern the kick over to the starboard side with a little turn. but he's kind of fighting himself a little bit. I can hear the bow thruster spinning every once in a while on it. Like right there, you can see it right now. He's using it now. But I mean, at that point, that's another thing you could do with the bow thruster. Move Wifey up to the bow, give her a line, and just push it with the bow thruster till the bow nudges. She can step off and walk you up. So we're going to try and push forward again on this. But right here, a bump of forward gear will push you straight into the dock. So she's getting ready. She looks like she's going to go ahead and go for the leap off on this one. And finally, there you go. He's going to get it over. Hits the bow thruster there at the end. But what was happening is the bow thruster was pushing the stern back out. Because it pushed the bow in. Stern was kicking back out with the current. So he was just kind of fighting himself a little bit. But it should have definitely been much easier having a bow thruster on a boat like this. Yep, kayak guy, he's at least rolled over so we know he's alive. But yeah, he's still over there passed out. He's been there for a little while now. Maybe he's exhausted from all the paddling? I don't know. So our guy's got this one pretty deep. The boat's drifting off. And he was standing on the trailer to get it to release. And he's walking, man, I hate seeing people walk down the bow, not the bow rails, but the rails of the trailer like this. They're aluminum. They're slick when they're wet. He slips, the boat goes rolling off the trailer. He's either got to hang on to the boat or somebody's going swimming after it. So he's going to try and pass it over to his girl. So she's got it in her hand now. And gonna wind up trying to walk it over. So it'd be easier if she had a line. I mean, I don't know why. They could have just pulled it up close enough to the dock. Or they could have used a line and she could have just walked it down. But instead, we'll go with a little bit of the hard path on this one. But she's got it. They'll get it pulled over and they'll be good to go in the end. But now she's jumped on with no line. My man's coming in a little hot here. Going for that dock that's been tricky for everybody today. And he's going to hit it and bounce off. He was a little closer than most, but came in and just winds up smacking the corner of the dock. And he kills the motor. And he's going to head up front and go for the reach. And gets the step off. And gets to pull it up, but the boat's going to start spinning on him. He's got to be careful. There's actually rocks on the backside of this. So where his stern is, not far from there, there's actually boulders. We can see them at low tide over there. This boat, it's probably only 13 foot, so I'm not sure if he's quite far enough to reach them. But what is he doing here? The boat, because of the way the current wind's pushing, it's going to try and flip all the way around on him. He's trying to kick it over. And it kind of snaps back and doesn't do exactly what he's looking for it to do. I mean, you can go on board, grab another line. He kicks it, and now it's going to turn around backwards. You can't load it on the trailer like that, bro. So, what is he doing? He jumps into the water. Well, this is unusual. And he's going to go ahead and spin her around while he's in the water. I mean, at least he got it going in the right direction, but that seems like a whole lot of effort to just get drenched to go get the boat to spin around, when surely he could have just grabbed another line or many other things besides going ahead and walking down the ramp. Because it's not the safest place to walk. Let's be honest, though, too. You don't know what's down there. And it is slick as all get out. But our guy, he's in the water, getting it tied up, trying to see if he's going to get out. Really what I'm seeing is if he's going to walk back up the ramp to get out and see how that works out. So there we go. He is going to walk back up the ramp. And it worked out just fine. And he is tied up. And it appears he is good to go. And speaking of good to go, we're good to go as well. And we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Thanks for watching, crew. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Miami Boat Ramps. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at the inlet. My channel, Broncos Guru, do some great comedy boating videos there as well. And of course, we got Boats vs. Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet. And for those of you who will be at the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show this week, we're going to be there as well. We're hosting our annual seminar on how to take your boat to the Bahamas. We'll be there on Thursday and Saturday over at the Convention Center at the seminar booth. If you're around one of those days, please stop by, check it out. I'd love to say hi. But thanks for watching again, guys. We'll catch you in the next one.